Hey guys, this is Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at this CH Knives knife, the CH3009. We've got a titanium body, D2 blade that's got sort of a harpoon kind of style look. It's like a regular size EDC, over 3-inch blade. I forgot the exact number right now off the top of my head, but we've got a full flat grind, and we've got a handle that's not too heavy. And well, let's find out if it's comfortable or not. Well, I already know. You're going to find out if you keep watching, so stick around. So here you go. I don't know how many different colors this knife comes in. I think it's just two, this blue and a gray, but I could be wrong. The sort of almost a mirror finish on the side of the knife. With my greasy fingers, I get fingerprints right away. So there you can see the smudge lines. That's the nature of the beast when we have, a shiny surface and my fingers that get kind of greasy easily. So if you're somebody that has fingers like me, know that this knife is going to leave over a lot of fingerprints. That might be a con for you, and perhaps you don't have that concern. D2 steel and CH knives have been shown to be trusted. If they say it's D2, it's D2. We've got a harpoon style blade, like I mentioned in the intro. And so that's a blade that comes down, and then you got this little, hiccup right here, and then it comes down to a tip. We've got a nice blade shape here, long flat section, nice belly there, a tip that's usable for doing more delicate work. A little bit of jimping on the back of the spine right there. And we've got, two notch holes on the handle for your fingers, and the other two come back there. So you can grip this knife fairly well and fairly comfortably. A reverse grip is very comfortable if you've got hands that are my size at least. My hands are large, between large and extra large actually, in North American sizes, 10, 11 in European sizes. The frame lock locks up very well. There's a lock bar insert in here that interfaces with the blade here, and it's perfect lockup. Lots of room to wear and yet full engagement. Over travel stop on that lock bar insert as well, so you can't hyperextend the frame lock arm here. There's some chamfering on the side of the handle all the way around. A little bit of a Zorro type design in the handle here. Torque screws and Torx on both sides. It is a free spinning pivot, but since there is Torx screws on both sides, and they, if I remember correctly, when I took it apart, they don't have thread locker in there, so that's just fine. It looks good, feels good, works well. Flipper has got a little bit of jimping on it, and the action's quite good. The action was a little bit heavy when I first got it, and then when I took it apart and cleaned it up, the lubrication I have in there was a little bit of a pasty kind of grease, and now it's a light oil, and deployment is awesome. The handle's got some lightening in it by putting these 4 holes in the back. You probably could use that last one for a lanyard hole if you want to, because there is no other lanyard hole. Pocket clip is right side tip up only, and that's how it sits. Very comfortable in hand. I was surprised. I thought it would get hot pretty quick, but it doesn't get hot too fast. If it is going to get hot, it'll get hot right in here, along the inside of your fingers there, if your flesh tends to squeeze into those spots too easily. Not bad. We've got some stonewash on the flats here, but the rest of this is all that kind of polished edge. And nice big sharpener's choil. It's a good knife. I like how it looks and feels in the hand. Very comfortable, and it's got a good look to it. Just before I go over the sizes, let's show you what it looks like in a pocket. I should probably move the camera up a little bit, but let's see. Slides on there quite well. Not bad at all. Got about a centimeter, less than half an inch sticking out, about 3/8 of an inch sticking out. And with blue jeans, it blends in quite well. The retention on that pocket clip is good, comfortable, easy to put in, not too hard to get back out again. And I just like it. I like it quite a lot. Now let's go over all of the specs that I came across. First, how sharp is this thing from the factory? We got a 140. Now 140 is quite good. 200 and less is considered sharp. So 140 is very sharp. It weighs 105 grams, 3.7 ounces. The cutting edge, 8.55 centimeters, 3.37 inches. The blade length, so tip to the closest spot on the titanium handle, 8.89 centimeters, 3.5 inches. The blade thickness is 3.5 millimeters, that's 0.138 inches. The blade depth this way, about an inch down from the sharpener's choil, 2.54 centimeters, 1 inch on the nose. The thickness of the edge behind the grind, 0.48 millimeters, which is 0.019 inches. 19 thousandths of an inch, that's pretty close to perfection, exactly what I like to see on an EDC knife. The grind angle, on this side they ground it to 19.1 degrees, and on this side it was 19.0 degrees. That is some of the closest grinding from side to side that I have ever seen. CH Knives did an awesome job with this knife. When I go to resharpen this, I will probably just sharpen it at 19 degrees per side. Might change it to 20, we'll see. 20 is the general EDC angle that we put on folding knives like this, 20 degrees per side. So there's that. How about the rest of the dimensions? The handle length is 11.47 centimeters, 4.52 inches. The grip area between my thumbs here, or actually it's back up to here. You probably won't need all that. 10.4 centimeters, 4.1 inches. The handle thickness is 11.4 millimeters, which is 0.45 of an inch, so a little less than half an inch thick. And the handle depth is largest right about here, and that is an inch, 2.54 centimeters. When the knife is closed, the largest spot is right there, and that is 3.3 centimeters, 1.13 inches. And the total length of this knife is 20.4 centimeters, right at 8 inches long. So that's a good knife. The balance point is right there. So very close to where you want it to be. Quite good indeed. So how much does this knife cost? FastTech and AliExpress have it for about 46 US dollars. I'll put links for both. If you use the FastTech link, I do get a tiny bit of a commission for that. So if you'd like to help out my channel when you're buying one of these knives, go ahead and do that. I think it's worth 46 US dollars. That's about 61 Canadian, about 41 euros, about 36 British pounds. But of course, there's duty and charges in most countries when you're importing it. But if you're in the United States, 46 American shekels is what this is going to set you back. That's pretty good for a CH knife. Unique features, well, it's kind of odd that there's no real dedicated lanyard hole, but there is something. The pocket clip is made for this knife and functional. Yes, very functional. I do wish it was left side as well. They would have had to make a second pocket clip because since it's customized for this side, they would have had to make one specifically for this side, and that's probably why they didn't do it. Like I said earlier, the action was okay from the factory, but now the action is very good now that I cleaned it out and put it in a lighter lubrication in there. Let me show you the pictures of the inside right now. Not much to see there because they didn't skeletonize anything, but it's a good knife. Comfortable. It's got an interesting look to it, a little bit different than some things that you've seen before. I do really like that harpoon look. And it's, like I said, CH Knives has been shown to use the steel that they claim to use, and D2 is a good steel indeed. The cons for this, well, they didn't put a race in on between the bearings and the titanium. And so the ball bearings are rubbing on the titanium on here. That's a missed opportunity. They should have done that. Because ball bearings running on titanium, it's not going to wear stupid quickly, but it's going to wear more quickly than if they would have put a steel race between there. And what I mean is, you've got the blade. Let's start in the middle. We've got the blade, we've got ball bearings, and then we've got titanium. Whereas most manufacturers for knives like this would have the blade, ball bearings, a steel race, it's like a washer, and then the titanium, so that the ball bearings rub on stainless steel on both sides instead of on the titanium. Titanium is very tough, but it's also a bit softer than most other steels that we use in knife making. The free spinning pivot isn't a big deal because we've got T8 screws on each side. I just put my knife into a little clamp system, and then I just use 2 screwdrivers, and that works just fine to take it apart. So there's that knife. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Remember, this summer I'm off in Ontario, so I'm making very few videos for July and the first half of August. Thank you for my Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. And for everyone else, thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, guys, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.